Come back to me.
So we're going to start the event with a Twitter space with Rogue Radio Friends, and we'll go through a little bit of we'll see what the week looked like for the people here. We're going to talk about the exhibition. We're going to see maybe we can have a few announcements. We're going to see a lot of things tonight together. So here at some point, Farouk will join, and we might have his questions for Super Chiefs, MetaMask, and other sponsors and other partners who made this event possible. And so I think are we live yet? Hello? All good?
I think we are.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So myself, I'm Sammy. I'm from Rogue Radio France, and I am with Yves here and Devak, who are also from Rogue Radio France. We're gonna start this space talking about the ECC week and what happened, and we might talk a little bit about the event that we did a few days ago at Sandbox. I don't know if some of you were here during the event, but we did this with Decrypt. So we decided to do an event called Brand Experience. And sorry. Je pense que non, attends. Yeah. So yeah, we just have a few technical problems, live. But I think we are good. Yeah. Cool. Huh? Okay, cool. So now we were talking about the event. We were talking about the event that we did called Brand Experience, where we gathered a few people from the space, but also people from the Web3 and Web2 industry, just to talk about how Web3 is empowering brand experience, new customer user relationship with the brands, and it was a good event, I think. Yves, you were there. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? So we still have a little bit of problems, but I think he'll be done in a bit. So Devak, please help me here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. So maybe you can talk about the event and what was your experience last Tuesday at Sandbox?
Again, I think Paris is the place to be. I mean, every time we have an event here, it's amazing. NFT Paris, you remember. The vibe was nice. People were nice. We managed to get a lot of people, actually.
Yeah, we got a few people, like I said, from the space, but also, hey, John, I think you might hear us. So yeah, just to go through a little bit of the event that we're doing today. So we're gonna have a few moments talking about ECC week. We're gonna go through the event that we did, that John Burr is here representing MetaJuice, that sponsored and made it possible. And then we're gonna talk with Edward from Super Chief, see what they have to say about the exhibition of the day, and maybe a few other announcements. And then we go through the whole MetaJuice IMVU experience with you, John Burr. Can you hear us? Maybe you can say a few words.
I can.
Yeah, cool.
Yes, sounds great.
How are you?
Sounds great. I heard the event was. I'm excellent. I heard the event was great on Tuesday. Sounds like the champagne was flowing. Everybody
we had champagne.
Great networking was happening. So congratulations on a great.
Thank you, and thank you again for partnering with us and helping us bring this event. So I think that we might need to start a little bit earlier with Edward. If you are here, come with us. Edward Benoit, if you want to join us as well, you're more than welcome. Thank you. So yeah, maybe you can talk a little bit about the event of the day. Why are you here?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. We're good?
Yeah, we're good. Okay, cool. We're broadcasting, so basically it's just for the people. Can you hear us, John?
You can. All right. And hey, there we go. So yeah.
Wow, that was loud.
Uh-huh.
You can use this one.
Okay. Uh-huh. Is this one go? Yeah, this is good. All right, cool.
Sounds great.
Hey, right on. So great to see you. Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, so hey, my name is Edward Zipko. I'm the director and co-founder of Superchief Gallery and Superchief Gallery NFT. And today we've partnered up with MetaMask to take over this beautiful gallery that belongs to our friends at NFT Factory. And we're excited to showcase the work that not only was from the exhibition earlier today that we had at the cafe near the big event, but we kind of expanded it to the bigger family of artists that we showcase. And we get to bring them to Paris, which was a rare treat.
That's really cool. I mean, the people cannot see actually what it looks like, but we can see that it's a beautiful pieces around here, pieces that we saw, but most of them we didn't see at the NFT Factory so far.
Yeah,
so really happy to have them here. Maybe you can talk a little bit about the week. How was Paris? How was all the side events? I know like everyone's exhausted right now, but
I feel like we're in a good point of it right now. We're kind of like in the eye of the storm. This is a nice little calm moment that'll probably get a little bit crazier tonight. And then, we're getting through the week for sure. For us, we came straight from Valencia. We were there for NFT Show Europe, and we brought an exhibition called Cyberpunk. This was volume 5 for Cyberpunk. And it allowed us to kind of bring that community to an exhibition at, Valencia has some really incredible architecture, and to be able to take an exhibition that's focused on cyberfuturism and the grittier side and take it to Valencia, Spain was just that was super beautiful.
And how did the crowd react to that?
Really positively. Yeah. I think people are always excited to see work that connects with them and kind of like also shows them something they haven't seen before, maybe. So I think a lot of the work in cyberpunk is it's inspired by so many different aspects of the genre. So like there's Ghost in the Shell elements in people's work and faces coming apart and having like the cyborg underneath. And I think seeing that 16 feet wide and 10 feet tall and being able to be immersed in it is still a pretty new experience. So people it was very positive.
Yeah, I'm sure. And maybe Benoit, you can also just help us understand the exhibition that we have in here and talk a little bit about how was the collaboration. I'm sure it was amazing, but how did you work out with this?
It's all Superchief and Ed's work, and I'm always happy to host you. And Superchief, the creation is amazing. There are a lot of artists that I don't know, but I'm really curious and I will investigate. And I love visually all the thing coming together. And there are some artists that I do know, and I'm very happy to see them here. I see there is Polygon 1993.
Yes, we
I hope he's here. I was supposed to meet him. Hey!
There we go.
Come say hi. Come say hi. Come. So this is an open mic. We don't have any rules here.
So we're supposed to talk. Remember, we're supposed to talk. Yes. Hi everyone. So you have 2 pieces here, I guess. I saw one here and one here. Exactly. Can you maybe do we have time for like a quick?
Okay. A quick sum up about everything. This series is called the X3 series. It's actually a revamping of some classical paintings that I've redone in my style, which is analog glitch art. I'm using CRT TVs and analog video scenes to create this kind of art with the tiny dots and lines.
I love it.
And that was the meaning of this series. I wanted to have my take on some loving pieces that I personally appreciate. And I'm happy to...
you have fans here. I'm a fan.
Really?
And Tito's a fan, so when I said you were there, Tito was like, "Woo!"
Really? That's so kind.
And I'm art director here, but I'm also collector, and I missed out on one of your pieces earlier. You remember?
You did, yeah.
I think it was 2 years ago, and I think I bid 0.5, and then someone bid 1, and I lost it, and I still feel it,
Break my heart. Actually, that was my very first piece too. So
yes. I missed Genesis, so that happened.
The hurt that lasts.
Yes. But I'm very happy to meet you here. I also noticed we have Una, who's with us today, and she has a piece also over there.
Una is in the mix.
Where's Una? No, maybe she doesn't want to show up.
Outside smoking and drinking.
So waiting for Una, there's Gordon Berger.
Yes.
Gordon, where are you?
My
friend.
In the mix.
He's not here. So very happy to see those people who are...
There we go. There's
Una. Una. Thank you.
Absolutely, Una, please.
So Una, we met before this session, and we had very nice discussion. She explained some project she has, and we'd be very happy to work with you on this project.
Thank you, thank you.
And please
Good.
give us some word about your work, maybe with.
Yeah. Well, basically, I am a performance artist and a video artist, and I totally didn't know that I was going to be speaking right now. So cut me some slack.
Sorry,
I was
my
just
bad,
outside rolling
my
a
bad.
cigarette, and then I was like, oh, all right. But the nature of performance is always generative, so I'm happy. My practice basically interrogates the ways in which the technology that brings us all here is super progressive, right? Very pioneering. Sometimes when it comes to attitudes towards gender and sexuality, we can catch up. So the work that I have on exhibit tonight is called All Girls with a question mark. And it basically remixes archival footage from the 1970s and anime from the 1990s to showcase these two ways in which we see and perceive menstruation. And I'm also wearing a dress, which will be a very pleasant treat for you all to see when I stand up. But unfortunately, I'm seated right now, so you don't get the best part of it. But it's basically this notion that you can examine these kind of concepts, which are very taboo, through artwork in a way which is approachable, fun, entertaining, and actually allows for the expansion of knowledge in very progressive ways. So that's why I particularly like Super Chief. They always like the weird.
Yeah, and we like putting it together with other excellent work so it doesn't get put aside or into a corner, and making sure people get to see it. So thank you for being
Thank
on the
you,
show.
and very happy to have you here today.
Yes.
Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah, and also I know there are two pieces from Gordon, one digital and one physical.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, we have him in
and
the
I don't know
house.
if Gordon's here, but he's chatting outside.
Come take the hot seat, Gordon.
Yes, but maybe he'll join for a few, and then I leave you with the other artworks that you want to comment.
Sure. And let me see who else is. And also, we should pull Greta up. We should get Greta in the mix.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Greta, come take my seat. Oh, fantastic.
Oh, Gordon's here. Gordon, please take.
Gordon,
so now, there we
my
are.
love.
Please take the
I've got
mic.
this ready for
Just
you.
a few words about your digital and physical artwork.
Yes. Am I looking in the camera or? Hey, everybody. Hey.
What's up, Farouk? We're just saying hi. Farouk, what's up, my
Yo,
man?
yo, yo!
Hey, how's it going?
What's up?
We're still here. Second event of the week.
I love that. What's up with Rock Radio Friends in English? I love that. Ed, Una, Gordon, look at that. This is the fun out
Yeah, we're
there.
making it happen, man.
What's
We're breaking
up?
all the language rules.
I love it.
Yeah, we were just about to talk. We were talking about the exhibition that is right now. It was curated by Ed here, and we are talking to a few different artists who are exhibiting today. So you can please introduce yourself, say a few words about your art here.
Yes. Hi, everybody. My name is Gordon. I've been involved with blockchain space since 2011 and been living a double life. One being an artist and another one being deeply involved in the blockchain ecosystem. And years ago, I realized that what I really wanted to do is utilize and use kind of my art practice to document the evolution of the crypto art movement by once a year creating a series of artworks that encapsulate that moment in time. And that eventually, maybe in 50 years from now, my life's work will be these different series from different years that really kind of document our evolution and document these different concepts of innovation or something that I think really can impact humanity. So yeah, currently the most recent series that I just actually released 2 days ago publicly for the first time is dealing with AI and what's the role of human creativity, vision, and narrative in this new realm of AI. So that's the Infinity series. And one of the main things also I'm really passionate about is kind of something that I see as the three main areas of the digital world now. So one being blockchain for the ownership layer. Second being 3D, the 3D layer for augmented reality, metaverse. And the third one being AI for these infinite content generation streams. So I think creating art at the intersection of these three pillars, this kind of trifecta of the digital world, I think is very, very exciting and very relevant to this moment we're in. So, yeah.
Thank you, man. I think it's inspiring. Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Oh, for sure. No, I was just going to say it's one additional point I want to add to what you're saying. Just for context, it really blew our minds in the meeting, in the panel talk we were doing earlier today, when you mentioned you started a Bitcoin mining rig in high school. Yes. I think that was like, as the entrance to this whole like awareness period, I think it was like a really cool basis for it. I don't hear many artists come to it from that end. And then especially being the art friend for that community, I think it just gives you a really interesting perspective. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
Just one word, a recollection that my first ever transaction on Ethereum was mint on your platform, right? in December 18 or something. Yes. So it's funny to meet, all those years after that here at this place in front of Centre Pompidou. It means a lot.
Yeah,
we couldn't imagine that it would end up like that so quick, right?
Exactly. We would never imagine. And what Benoit is referring to is he actually interacted by starting to research how you can use blockchain for art. He found out this generative art platform called Cryptographics in 2018, and he actually minted a piece using this algorithm.
And I didn't know what I was doing, because I thought I would mint like it would create a square image of what I was minting, and it mixed it up, it completely mixed it up,
Yeah.
I didn't know, but it was the very principle of it. So
yeah. And but basically, Benoit technically generated one of the generative art pieces before autoglyphs. They're part of this first early series of cryptographics. So yeah, amazing too.
Just a question to you, Farouk. How is your affinity with the whole like cyberpunk new vision of arts and stuff like that? Like, have you acquired some? Have you interested in?
That man has been rugged.
Here's better.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I unmuted the wrong thing. All right. So I was gonna say I'm not the resident expert on the cyberpunk movement by any means, but I'm just a big fan of Super Chief. I'm a big fan of Gordon, Una, and everyone out there. So that's what I am. I'm just here to be a fan of everyone.
Appreciate the support always, all day.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm sure, of course, you cannot see the exhibition around here. But maybe Ed, where can we find it somewhere else afterwards?
Absolutely.
How can we do for the people who are not here, like Farouk and John?
A majority of the work is available on some of our foundation worlds. We've kind of been picking best and some stuff that maybe we actually created a world on Foundation called Noise Complaint, because of so much that's going on. You kind of like get lost in the noise, and the work is really fucking good. So I just wanted to reintroduce it consistently when we'd have opportunities. So it became like an exhibition that's pulled out of like, the Swiss Army knife. When there's an opportunity to show some things we love, we make sure that these things don't get left behind. And that's like, these are exhibitions we've done New York, LA, and Miami over the last 4 months.
And so I might have a few questions now on Super Chief's project itself.
Yeah.
So where are you now? Where are you going? Maybe you can hint a little bit.
Oh, for sure. Let's do, I'm sure this is the first time a bunch of people are hearing about Super Chief, so I'll give some background on who we are and what all this is.
No way. Everybody heard of Super Chief.
I'll record that shit for
Come
us.
on.
I'll record that shit.
Let's go.
So we've been a gallery for 12 years. We started in New York in the underground, kind of creating DIY events and doing art with our community. And then since then, we've kind of blown up and blown up and blown up. And it's been great. And the challenge has been not to, like, how do you not fuck it up? I was raised within like the Vice magazine model. I worked at Vice during like the fun years. And like by working at, I just shot a bunch of really like, I did photography in Vice for like the mid 2000s, like 2001 to 2009. And then I got off the bus. So the idea is like, how do you grow and not fuck it up? So we opened up in New York, Los Angeles, Miami, these kinds of like warehouse spaces. We started showing digital artwork in 2016 because we were frustrated that you couldn't really show it. It was really expensive to show digital artwork, to do the production, to set it up. Even now, it's still really fucking expensive.
That was before NFTs, right?
Yeah. Well, before I was aware of NFTs. Yeah. Apparently, Gordon could have hooked us up in 2016 and we could have reinvented the planet. But it's okay. We know each other now. So 2016, we started showing digital native work. It was really exciting. We built a lot of relationships and we found them like opportunities and gigs, but there was no way to sell the work. So we just threw a lot of those exhibitions, and then in 2019 I started seeing a lot of those artists being the biggest names on like Super Rare and like starting to do things on blockchain, and I was like, oh shit, there's something for digital artists. That's cool. I wonder what that is. And that was kind of where I left it. I was just like happy for them. And I was like, okay, so we'll get to work together eventually. And then some of our artists started becoming like the biggest people in NFTs, which was just a trip. Like in 2019, we did the solo show for Justin Aversano with Twin Flames, just as photography. You know, we had a 7,000 square foot warehouse. We rolled out this giant red carpet and made the place feel like The Shining, with that giant chandelier in the middle of the room. It was awesome. Totally awesome. Sold nothing. All right. And I love Justin. We've been showing him since 2013, and I don't give a shit. Like, I show work because I fuck with it. And I love Justin, so I love the work. And it was a really cool concept. It's 100 twins, and you actually achieve it. Good. Like, right on. We'll put on the show. So then the next year, he's like, hey, you should buy one of these, you know? And I did, which is cool. But, you know, he's one of the people that, like, for the people that don't know Justin Aversano, his collection, Twin Flames, has done like 5,000 ETH, something like that. He's the highest selling NFT photographer on the planet. You know, a proud Super Chief artist. God bless. Been showing him for a long time. A lot of the people that we've been supporting forever and just like loving as fans, you know, fans that want to support and actually do something and like bring it to another level. Getting to see everybody succeed was really cool. And then getting to participate in 2021, we opened the world's first NFT gallery. We beat Shanghai by one day to be the first one on the planet. And it changed my whole fucking life. It's like it changed a lot of our artists' lives. Yeah. It's been huge for us. So after opening there, we opened and did the first IRL curated art events for OpenSea, for Foundation, for Maker's Place. All their firsts were at Super Chief in New York. And then we did the CryptoPunks auction for Christie's Auction House. And they did that at Super Chief, which was a huge honor. And it was completely fucking surreal because, again, we're from the underground. And the fact that Christie's was in our house was very interesting, but really fun. I loved the whole thing. And then it was just more and more opportunities to kind of fall in love with all of it.
For Rock or you, John, as well, have you been to one of these shows or experiences? Have you witnessed this?
I actually had the chance to do an event with Rock Radio. Rock Radio's first official event was at Super Chief.
Yeah, boy.
We rented the gallery for 3 days during NFT NYC while doing a conference in Soho or on conference, and then we did an exposition for photography the first day with timepieces, and then the other 2 days was artists that are holders of Rock Radio NFTs got to get their work exhibited there. Then we sold a bunch of work actually.
Yep.
Thanks to Ed. So we did 3 days straight, and it was really cool.
Fun. The scene and the crowd that showed up for day one was like the most people we've ever had in the building, no doubt.
Crazy.
That was really intense. Like the neighbors were freaking out, but it was
we got in a lot of trouble.
But everything was good. Yeah. It was wild to see it at 10 a.m. though. That was new. Haven't done that before. So yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, cool. From the perspective of artists, that like what I really appreciate, one thing about Super Chief is that the most way that we kind of consume digital art right now, you sit on your phone or you sit on a laptop, but you're basically seated, and the way that you approach the artwork from like a physical posture, it changes how you view it. And so to kind of reject the notion that you only need to show new artwork is really to like position that all of these artworks should be seen when people are kind of like standing and appreciating them and having a different layer of respect to them. And even when I like look around the room right now, there are so many connections that I can draw from all of these pieces that you can't really see on a disjointed timeline.
Totally.
But when you have like them all contextualized in each other, like I look around the room and I'm like, wow, there's a bunch of fucking weirdos in this space. Like that's for sure. And there's so much play with like the body, identity, kind of vision, and the fact that we're taking that into these spaces and the recuration is like, it's really great.
Hey, thank you.
And you know, I totally agree, Una, and I understand it. And this is something I noticed when you put NFT artwork in a screen, it changes the status of this thing. You know, it really becomes an artwork. And even in the eyes of the artist, you know, when I've done this show in 2021, with 80 screens, there was all the artists who were there, and they were like rediscovering their own work. Those guys, those women, those girls, they were working night and days. They know every pixel of it, but it was on their screen. And then they see a big screen and they, whoa, this is mine.
Transformative.
Right? It's transformative. It's a different thing. And you talked about, Ed, the noise,
Yeah, of course.
And, currently there are millions of NFTs that scrolls on screens, but there are only a few that are displayed on physical places.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? Because this is something I think everyone needs to understand. When you see an artwork scrolling on a platform or on Twitter, it's something. But when you see the artwork on the wall, on the screen, it means that someone decided to allocate one screen and one space and some energy to make it happen.
Absolutely.
And it's a big difference. And this is your vision. This is our vision.
Aligned.
And this is why we are working together, and we look forward to do more things together.
Yes.
No, yeah. No. I mean, it's great. Like, I'm sure here everyone wants to know as well, like what's next for Super Chief. And
I can share some stuff.
Share some stuff. Give us some alphas.
I'll share some stuff. So, okay. The big thing that we're really excited about, and the big thing that's kind of starting tonight, tomorrow, and our timing in Paris right now, is we're launching our sister gallery network. So we're Super Chief we've been traveling a lot lately. Everybody's seen it, and it's been fun, and it's been really cool to get to do it. It's been a fucking honor to get to do it. But we've also been meeting everybody and meeting the other people that started this stuff and did it in their town, in their city, and killed it, and is doing it at the highest level in their city. And it's just like incredible to get to connect with everybody and recognize that like the goals are aligned. That never fucking happens. And it's just like getting to know everybody's like cool, like actually like funny and smart, and nice and shit. It's like very refreshing. So what we realized is there's an opportunity to kind of build towards the idea of becoming a Web3 gallery and having, what it looks like to interact globally. But the steps that get us there and the steps that kind of build those bridges are like, recognizing the geniuses that are in the other countries and sharing what we have both in like abundance, which is we all have time and space. If we're all at this level and we're showing works that we believe in, we're putting the time and the resources in, we have rent. We're all business people. We have a location. We have rent. We know we pay our staff, and that's one thing. But like the rent itself is kind of a basic item that we can kind of not make this a complicated relationship between galleries, but make it as simple as possible and prorate the time and share resources of time and space.
Globally.
Yeah. And what we're doing is like, basically we're trading weeks with galleries that we respect internationally. There's 7 galleries that are part of this first wave. I'm going to rattle through them now and say, I remember everybody.
That's true alpha here.
So let's do it. So the people that we're working with is, of course, first and foremost, because we're here right now, NFT Factory Paris. We're very proud. Hey. Very proud to be building a bridge between our two communities and hosting them in New York and getting to do things here. It's a really exciting bridge. We're also very proud to have Greta here from EHAM Gallery, director of EHAM Gallery. Absolutely. And for those that don't know EHAM Gallery, they're amazing, but also they're the first NFT gallery in Europe, which is a huge fucking deal. So right on. Absolutely.
Congratulations, Greta. You might want to say a few words, maybe. Just cutting you. Absolutely. All right, cool.
Thank you.
So after that, we've got Oshi Gallery in Australia, the first NFT gallery in Australia. We have a really great series of relationships and projects we're doing with Uncommon Gallery, which is the first NFT gallery in Korea. Knox Gallery, which is the first NFT gallery in Japan. Unpaired Gallery, we're finishing the MOU, but we've discussed and shaken hands on the concept, so I'll say the name. Don't sue me, I love you. So we're looking forward to getting it going with Unpaired Gallery as the first NFT gallery in Switzerland. OX Society, same deal. We're at the paperwork stage, but I'll say that clearly. So, but OX Gallery, first NFT gallery in Canada. So our
goals... That's for you, Farouk?
It's in Montreal. Actually.
Hey,
Yeah, it's in Montreal. It's down the street
Oh,
from
God
me,
bless.
not the docks where I live, but it's a little walk. It's like a 5-10 minute walk for me, and I love it.
Oh,
there,
good. You
so
like it.
big
All right,
shout out
good.
to
That
them.
was gonna be my second question. You like it, right? All right, cool.
Yeah, no, it's great. I went to see Ryan Koopman's
cool.
exhibit there a few months ago. It was
All
incredible.
right, solid. Love to hear that because new fun. All right, so that's the community that we're exploring and trying to find the easiest way to collaborate without making things complicated and really opening up our communities to each other, welcoming them to our city in New York, doing panels like this and really like connecting dots because we want to build a global movement, and the opportunity to do that, it's never been easier. The fact that we don't have to pay for shipping alone. Can we just talk about the feasibility, the logistics, the insurance, the amount of hands that have to touch something suddenly disappears. So phase one is really about building best practices and making it so we learn how best to work with each other to cut down all the pain points and be able to, again, operate at the highest level globally, unite this mission. So, yeah, we're really proud to mention it.
It's amazing. And it sounds really cool. And maybe Benoit say a few words.
Oh, yes, and we do already have a plan to share weeks, right? So I guess if I remember correctly, we'll have something early November. Yes. And I don't want to disclose the thematic of the exhibition, but early November, there's Halloween, there's Dias de Muertos, so this is around this. So yeah, and we'll say more soon.
Very on brand.
Thank you. So Grida, you here with us? Maybe you can say a few words about this collaboration.
Yeah. Hello, Farouk. Hello, fam. Hello, everyone. Hello, people. Yeah, I mean, I have 2 caps because, I'm a lead creator. Sorry, I'm like kind of nervous right now, but I have 2 caps lead creating for NFC Lisbon. That's how we met each other. And also my first cap was doing the exhibition in your first NFT art gallery called I Am Gallery. So it's been 2 years since I make digital art exhibitions and then also co-founder of NFT Factory. So every time I come to the factory, I feel like I'm home right now because I see you, everyone here. So it's so cool. And I have just one goal, especially my philosophy is I want to make digital art as a genre, like ism, in the art history. So this is my goal. So our exhibition is always about this artist is really meaningful to the art history. Can we really make ism, ideas or questions? So this is my philosophy. And since 2 years making these exhibitions and the powerful things digital art they can have is we can fly together. One exhibition can happen all the way. So I have this idea and I met Eddie in Lisbon. I share my ideas. Actually, he was doing it. So why don't we join together? Hey, yes, I'm in. So this is why I'm here. And thanks to Eddie and Benoit, Fem, that's why I'm here. And then, thank you for coming here and joining. And and tomorrow we have Factory first day today. And tomorrow we have world first NFT art gallery in Europe's first NFT gallery. So it's like tomorrow is another role. So please join us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sammy.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Cheers. Yeah,
I have a stupid question for
Yeah, for sure.
What is the story behind the branding of Super Chief and the logos and so? Because when I discovered your projects, I thought it was like a heavy metal band, and I freaking love it. So
we get that a lot.
I like to understand more.
Yeah, no, absolutely, we get that a lot. So Super Chief as a gallery has existed for 12 years. Super Chief as a gallery has existed for like 12 years, right? But Super Chief as a concept and as a group it's been 15. So 15 years ago, we were really kind of born out of the 2009 crash that destroyed the entire creative community in New York. And we were born out of spite. So it was really it was really frustrating that there wasn't an infrastructure, there wasn't a safety net, there was no community that could keep artists being artists. And it was as soon as times were bad, it was everyone for themselves. And it was really hard to see the community splinter and a lot of people stop being artists and go home. So conceptually, internally, it was kind of like there was a joke calling it like survivor cult. like, Super Chief. It was like Survivor Cult, but the yeah, see, but
Okay.
if you go to the actual logo itself, the purpose of the logo was to create a skull with knives for teeth, because that was what could survive a time that was as grim as then. And it's like building community or doing anything in 2009, and 2010 was brutal. So for us, it really spoke to like what we'd already survived, and then, we're going to continue to grow from. So it started like that. It's an artwork. This is an artwork by Tamara Santabanez, and she's an amazing artist out of New York and Mexico City. Yeah, she actually carved this in wood.
Oh.
Yeah, this is actually a woodblock print.
And it all comes from the wood blank.
All of it.
Cool.
Like we still have it. We have it like safe.
Cool.
But like 15 years ago, she carved it in wood, and then we did a print, and we scanned that print, and that's on the T-shirt.
Yep. Looks good.
Thanks.
Looks really cool.
I appreciate it.
No, I mean, thank you guys. We really stoked about this whole collaboration, this whole like vision that you guys have, not to just stay on your own in New York or us in Paris, just to have like some kind of a fresh community gathering and doing good stuff together.
It's the same North Star. It's like, that's the thing. It's like if everybody was doing their own shit and didn't actually care about the same things, it would be worthless.
Exactly.
So like us actually having that intent that's shared, and like we continue to see where people are spending their energy. It's like if there's a belief in that and it's strengthened by us acknowledging each other, I think that unites on so many levels, like the marketing, the positioning, the awareness, the cultural prominence. Yeah. I think it's an incredible opportunity because it's legit.
And again, you're building this with artists, with the main people concerned.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you say concerned, but main people involved in the space, and having you here, Una, having you and all the people here, showing that you're building all this together and
for them,
yeah,
for us to get them.
Well, I mean, it's
like
in some ways you are an artist as well. I mean, people who are actually doing
creative.
Creative. Yeah. Let's say creative.
Yeah.
So no, I mean, it's super cool to have you again, Benoit. Do you want to say a few words about the NFT Factory?
Oh yes, the NFT Factory. Yes, we have a. Thank you for giving me some space. We have an amazing program after the summer break. There will be external curators coming in. There will be solo shows. There will be an art fair. So we will kind of segregate the space in different booths during the Art Basel, So we'll have a lot of engagement. And many projects that we are still working on. So summer break is now, and then it will be very busy after the break. And I'm working currently on with the team on an exhibition about the history of crypto art. With 50 screens, with the dates, all the main important events, all the stories, the lost rubies, the burnt punk, the toter, all of this will be explained for the general public. So they feel the ethos of the space, So this was very important for us, and we're working on it, and it's going to be live in September or something.
And then at some point, we're doing the Super Chief event here as well.
At some point, yeah.
Also, before the end of the year, we're doing the damn thing.
Let's go.
No, I just want to say a few words also about like this whole vision of gathering together like globally. I think Farouk, you might want to say a few words about like how what's the vision of Rogue Radio and how somehow it aligns with this whole like movement of gathering people from all around the world doing stuff together just to promote ourselves and promote people that we love.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of the most important things in this space. The bear market, I think my highlight was being able to get a support system in this space from friends. A lot of them are with you all or online, and just, we have a lot of mutual friends as well. But just, I think for anyone who's building in this space, or I don't want to speak for artists, but I'm assuming just being able to have other people that are just like going through it with you, is important. So for me, being able to do an event in Paris, like we did at the beginning of this year, in Austin and Lisbon, We have an event in South Korea coming up. And then, of course, you guys did the ECC a couple of days ago, and you're back here today. I think it's one of the most important things in the space, and we have to continue doing so. So super hyped to do some more with Super Chief, hopefully, because we always need art on those walls. You know, we can't have an NFT event with no art on the walls. So, you know, Super Chiefs still want to do it, and NFT Factory is an incredible space. So thank you again to the Super Chief and NFT Factory teams, because you guys are very important to the space.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. I think now we might want to hear you a little bit, John. So just to introduce you, John, he's the president of MetaJuice, who is like one of the largest metaverse right now. Maybe you can say hi, introduce yourself, say who you are and what you do. Hey, John.
Hi, guys. Hi, gang. John Burris, president of MetaJuice and chief strategy officer, chief blockchain officer at Bienvenue, which is the world's largest social metaverse. I'm not sure if everybody's aware of the history of the metaverse, but back in 2004, Bienvenue was founded and created. And over those 19 plus years, the company has grown to be a global platform, entirely led, developed, and really kind of in some cases managed by the community itself. So the entire marketplace, there's over 60 million items in this metaverse marketplace. As you might imagine, items that dress your avatar, that can change the look and feel of your avatar, your shapes and hand sizes to eye colors to everything, right? Genders to becoming anything you want to be, of course, in the metaverse, to all the items and clothes and fashion and everything else that one might imagine. We're in over 120 countries. Our community is. There's over 200,000 active creators on the platform who are uploading these items into the metaverse every day. And what happened late last year, just a little bit of a tie, of course, to what we're doing here, is we started to introduce NFTs into the platform. So for the first time, even though users have spent hundreds of millions of dollars over these 19 years on items in the marketplace with the community, with the creators, for the first time, given the power of NFTs, they can actually own these items, resell these items, gift these items to others, right? Have these items listed on third-party marketplaces outside of Bienvenue. And so we've taken a very, very active economy, and I could go into more about the size of the economy, the over 20 million monthly transactions that happen on the platform. And are starting to crypto enable that, right? Bring that into the Web3 space. So we're a story of a Web2 metaverse that's on, Apple apps, Android devices, has a desktop application you can download to your PC or Mac. We're taking that traditional Web2 business and really transforming it into a Web3 ecosystem, economy for really the entire community that is Bienvenue. And not to tie into too many things, but with some of the conversations here around self-expression or gender expression or kind of being your true, in this case, virtual self, Bienvenue celebrates that, right? And a lot of folks on our platform are very anonymous. It really is a place of freedom, if you will, around expressing yourself, coalescing around smaller sub-communities that are important to you. And I would say this too, which is really important. There's no question that the creators in our economy see themselves as artists, right, and designers. If you look at maybe we can share some here later, kind of the high fidelity of the artwork, the weeks and weeks and months in some cases of the items that are uploaded into the marketplace. And the businesses that are being built around this in the metaverse. And so I think there's an interesting intersection of what you might call the things that happen at NFT Factory that I've been at. I was there for Paris Blockchain Week. Awesome space. And that happen in this more virtual world, right? So there's probably lots to dig into, but that's maybe a little bit of a longer introduction into what's going on at Bienvenue. And why we were so happy, by the way, just to thank Rug Radio for hosting and putting on an awesome event on Tuesday. I was not there, but I heard it was great. Thank our friends at Sandbox, Sebastian and the crew, and Decrypt and others who were there. And again, I'll be in Paris soon. I will do a shout out for Paris too. I think it's really because it maybe already is, right? But I think awareness of Paris really being one of the, and I'll make up a number, the 3 biggest hubs for NFT activity, blockchain, crypto, this kind of community. I think it's really cementing itself, and it's folks like you guys and NFT Factory and others that are making that happen. It's definitely on our calendar 3-4 times a year now, which is awesome.
That's amazing. Thank you very much for helping us and partnering with us for our event. It was like great event. Everyone liked it. All the brands were super happy of having it. So thank you a lot. And also I have a question. So what is the place of the art and the art gallery in your metaverse?
Yeah, it's a great point. The first thing I'd say, and this is I'll answer kind of what I think is the actual question here in a second. But as I mentioned, I think for a majority of the creators, they think that the art, the environment for art is just about everything in the metaverse. So the clothes that an avatar might wear, the wallpaper, if you will, in a room that they've created, the furniture and everything, because they're not confined by, the physical world, the types of very cool artistic stuff, the animations that can come out of clothes that somebody is wearing in the metaverse, all of that, there's just no question that is art, right? That said, and I'll, be a little bit more kind of, in a box here, there is traditional art, if you will. I mean, it's not a fair word to say traditional art, where people in our environment, there's over 400,000 various rooms, environments, spaces. Some in the space might call it land, right? And folks will put more traditional art around those. So you can imagine 3D art, sculptures, and things that people will purchase or create themselves and outfit their virtual mansion with. To actually, every user in the metaverse gets a penthouse. So the way they'll kind of stylize their artwork on the walls and things, and create different rooms that have different themes. So you can imagine that even traditional artists creating 2D or 3D art also have a place in this environment, because it's not just, buy a clothes, change the nose on your avatar. There's entire sections of the catalog marketplace that are about all this type of what I'd call more traditional art too.
Some of those, whoa. Hey, John. So are some of those stores and shops that are on there, are there galleries that curate? Like, are we able to interoperate and have a shop on there, have a Super Chief gallery in the metaverse?
I think that would be super cool. I think that would be super cool. And everybody should check out Super Chief's website, because some awesome stuff there. I think yes, I would say this. The ecosystem, it's an economy, it's a community. And so they really can they can kind of organize themselves in all kinds of ways. But what's traditionally happened, and what we're hoping to kind of add to, is like, for the most part, creators kind of do their own thing, right? And they create their own brand, and they do everything from creating their items to marketing them to spending time in the ecosystem. They create social accounts in the name of their avatar, right? That have followings, and you can imagine over this many years, right? I think there are tastemakers and stuff, but there's less of that traditional aggregation and kind of, curating. But I think there's no question there's a place for it. And some people do that.
That's what I'm looking for.
I think. But as far as, folks from this space, right, this more traditional, I don't want to put this in a box, but blockchain, Web3, NFT space, there's less of that, right? The space is really learning about NFTs. They're eating them up. Because they understand the properties behind them. But I would just say 12 months ago, probably 20% of our user base, we do polls and stuff. The awareness is much higher now, and like 85%. Early on, they weren't aware. And 80% of the NFT purchasers on our platform, that was their first NFT they purchased. So I think bringing in the more traditional, well-educated kind of, Web3 community, well-educated in the Web3 space, into the in-view metaverse would be awesome. And so there's all kinds of opportunities to partner. And we can help ease that. You can do it on your own, but we can help make that happen. And
I'm going to follow up. I'll follow up.
Just a quick question. Like, can you remind us a bit of the numbers that the users are on the platform, and how did it grow?
Yes.
And maybe relate this to the whole NFT rise, Web3 awareness around the world.
Yes. So InView, as I mentioned, has been around 19 years. And I would say, while of course they've always done marketing and promoted it, maybe a lot of folks aren't even aware of that brand. It's grown, in my opinion, very organically over the years. It has about 4 million plus monthly active users on the platform every month. It's got just about a little over 700,000 plus daily active users will log in today. 13 languages are supported. And of course, all these users, this community is mixed together, so you can buy things from people from around the world. And as I mentioned, there's both a digital goods economy, virtual goods economy, and kind of a services economy. So you can pay each other directly and earn real value on the platform and cash out. And we've obviously introduced crypto assets to make that even more controllable by the creators and earners on the platform. And this is a little bit of a power of a Web 2 business company coming into the Web 3 space. We have these millions of users, right? This these hundreds of thousands of daily active users, and they're not. They spend, as they spend. They aren't tied into the price of Bitcoin or Ethereum or what happened to the, floor price of an ape. Do you guys know what I'm saying? And so it's really kind of the users come to the platform for the social interaction, the community, the interactions, and they spend millions of dollars directly into this marketplace with creators on the platform every month. Right. So just to share some of the numbers, what they can mean, just about 20 million digital items are purchased from the marketplace every month. If just 10% of those were NFTs, that'd be more NFT transaction activity than OpenSea has every month. Right. Now, we're not saying users aren't purchasing, apes and punks and things like that in our environment. Right. The price points are more about $5, $10. We've had an NFT purchase for $1,000 on the platform, but there's high transaction volume, right? High transaction velocity in the environment, right? And over 20 to probably less, it was 30%, probably 25% of the items that have been purchased have also been resold in the secondary market. So there's this vibrant economy, but it's a little bit of a different economy, if that makes sense. It's a little bit of a different kind of environment, right? Millions of transactions, smaller than I think the average, kind of big NFT.
So the scale, sorry, but that just speaks to the scalability that everybody's been talking about forever for artists.
Yes.
It's like it's constantly been that as a promise and then preached scarcity. So to hear somebody have an active model is like super fucking exciting. So
yes.
Yeah, I think
please come in.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, no. And something about our environment, which this isn't always true when these Web2 plays come in. The behaviors that our users, our community are kind of expressing, these are behaviors they've been doing for 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Using fiat to purchase a digital currency, to purchase virtual goods, right? To show them off in these virtual environments.
That exist and are consistent and stable and not going to show up and hopefully get traction. Yeah, that's incredible.
No,
what's the daily usage? It was what, 700,000?
700,000 daily active users. It'll peak over 1 million. And during COVID, you can imagine we had even more than that when people were kind of locked at home, because it really is a social platform. We see huge spikes of usage in the evenings and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights, globally. Right?
What's the biggest country for you?
The U.S. is the first country, then Brazil, then actually France is in the top 5, Canada is in the top 5, UK. Southeast Asia is growing the fastest growing region for us.
Yep.
InView has not done a lot of localized marketing, but we're kind of growing and doing more and more of that as we kind of try to play this out. So and I could share all those things with you guys too, or you could share that with us too, kind of like the full view of where
it's really cool. I mean, and I think it touches a lot of people who doesn't know about the blockchain in some kind of a good way of educating people on how to use it,
and exposing them to artists.
Exactly.
And then encouraging artists to work on artwork that isn't necessarily a one-of-one, to understand how like mass market commercialization could go, and doing it while they own the fucking IP is kind of very exciting.
I mean, you made the first you put the first stone, which was like gathering people, and you had all of these audience, all of these people who was already active in your metaverse, and now somehow like having people. I mean, I'm not doing business for you guys here,
but
like having Super Chief exposing on artists like you have, it changes a little bit like the vision, and I think you have a big power with this massive users, this massive people who are like actually looking for meeting people, talking about a subject, getting common interests. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, and I share too, and we talk a lot in the Web3 space, right, about bringing in larger audiences, if you will, growing the community of Web3. These are the kind of plays that really do that. I'd share too that 65-70% of our user base identifies as female, so it's also maybe a little bit of a different kind of crypto base as well.
Fuck yeah.
Right on. So we feel super special in this space, and we want to help as any way we can to move everything forward.
I think this whole space is going to come to an end in a few minutes. But I think we have a few questions for you, John, from Grida here, if you may.
Nice to meet you, John. I think first of all we have really cool John's in the space, John's that I know, John Cap from NFT Factory, and then also John from Super Rare, and nice to see you, another cool John. It's just a little technical questions. That the thing is, we started to exhibit in the metaverse like book sales from long time ago, starting with crypto book sales and sandbox. So it's a little bit technical questions that if we have heavy movie files, it's not working. For example, crypto book sales and sandbox, if we need to make the exhibitions, is for example, like art in the metaverse, we need to take care of the heavy files. The thing is, I had so many bad memories that the server got down, nothing's working, and like we can't see the artworks because metaverse has to be really light. So do you think you have any like special like the conditions for carrying art in the metaverse, because it really requires specific techniques? So I just wanted to know, because artists has to be really comfortable to upgrade their artworks, not bringing only from the NFTs. Sometimes they could write on the wall, they could upload files directly. So we have to be comfortable to open the galleries in the metaverse. So thank you.
I think it would be interesting. Obviously, there's a whole set of kind of specs and tools and support that we supply to our creators as they're uploading their items into the marketplace for sale. And so we can address some of those issues. There are ways that we have video and 3D. Obviously, everything in our metaverse is 3D, but kind of certain heavier files can be brought into the environment. If something special is happening, a little bit bespoke, we can certainly help with that. And or we maybe work with artists to understand, not to change the art, but how can we render it in ways that makes it work in a room? Because the heavier, to use your great language, to put, the heavier a room gets, maybe the fewer people that can be in that room at one time. Now we can replicate that room. But it all depends on what the goal is and what the trade-offs are, right? So I think it's worth a conversation if there's some heavier things.
Yeah, please talk. I think we're good. I mean, I've seen a lot of people still in the room. That means that this was interesting, I guess.
Yeah.
People say thank you so much. John, thanks again.
Thank you, guys. Drew, nice to meet you, buddy.
Thank you for having us.
Here, Guida,
Nice to meet you
Ed, Una, everyone. Thank you so much. We're going to continue the night. Keep talking all together. John, Farouk, again, thank you for coming.
Have fun, guys.
Yeah.
Yes, have fun.
Thank you. Talk to you
Great
soon.
to see you.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Ciao.
Et voilà. Merci tout le monde. Merci d'être resté, c'est cool. Maintenant, place.
Bravo la technique, les gars. Titou.